Today we're speaking to a video production company. They make outstanding work. Things are going okay, but just enough cash flows coming in. They're thinking about models about retaining clients, but actually, does the client want to be retained? The real challenge, and I put this to you, if you're an entrepreneur and business owner, is you don't have enough leads coming into your business. Good, well-qualified leads. That's what this business needs. That's the medicine to prescribe the problems they have. Let's get into it. Welcome back, campers, to the Business Broadcast. How are you? JB, you join me here in this beautiful sunny day.
We were just talking about how much we missed the jingle. If you missed the jingle, could you just let us know either on Spotify or YouTube? Just type the word jingle, just so we know that you like the jingle. And if you're a new listener, you're like, what on earth is this cheesy nonsense? Then don't worry about it. That jingle was from 2020. When I worked with you, we had that as you like, I want it to be like LBC. I want it to, JB, it's got to feel important.
I've stopped listening to LBC.
Have you?
Yeah, it's gone too left-wing, too wokey for me.
What are you, wow, okay, good start.
Yeah.
What's the, what do you listen to instead? Go on, you carry on first, because I asked the question, that's how this works.
I'll tell you what I listen to instead.
My own podcast, I think I'm fantastic.
No, I listen to The Rest is Politics, which is more left-wing leaning. Mm-hmm. And then I listen to The Rest is Money, which is quite centrist, I would say. Then I listen to Political Currency, which is George Osborne and Ed Balls, which I do think is very underrated and very good podcast. I like that because you've got someone quite right-wing, quite left-wing, and you sort of can then make your own opinion and understand where you like to be. And I listen to the Telegraph podcast.
Do you?
Oh, I think that's a fantastic podcast because they interview some really good people and they're quite good. It's really interesting how all of these quite traditional 100-plus-year-old media brands, the Telegraph, Times Radio is also very good. I think that's very good. But all of these, what I'm trying to say is all these, Times and Telegraph's probably over 100 years old, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
How they are massively on video and podcast. I mean, Times Radio and Telegraph podcasts, I think, are very big when they've got millions of views on YouTube. Really taking on.
I think you got it these days, haven't you? Because
I'll tell you where I don't go. ITV, BBC, Channel 4. No. I just don't think they do a good a job as these sort of upstart, angel-backed, unicorn, dynamic, good presenters.
Well, you look at, I know that not everyone's a fan of it, but GB News.
GB News
has done an amazing job. There, the Rest is Entertainment sort of mocked.
I like that one.
Mocked their viewer figures one day. I was like, I think you're slightly missing the point though. Yes, they might only get 150,000 watches on traditional medium, but look what they get in terms of
they are
the
the
reach
number
outside
one.
Of that. 100%.
They are the biggest news channel
Punch
now.
well above their, most people, if there's a quote or if there's like a clip from a news channel, generally it's going to be BBC. For foreign affairs, you've got like Al Jazeera, but for certain demographics, it's GB News. Those are the three that you will always see cycling and circling on social media.
GB News is the most watched news channel in the UK now.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I mean, look, some of LBC, I mean, I used to be like the LBC PR man. I used to promote it. I just don't go on there anymore. Just.
Do you not like, I find myself not really liking radio anymore in general.
Because podcasts are better, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because podcasts
I used to love radio.
Fit into your niche, can't they? I tell you what I have been listening to, though, when it does come on, Radio 2 is still good.
It is good.
I mean, I was a bit I sort of got the ump with them when they got rid of some of the
specialist programs.
Yeah, well, or the presenters that my granddad used to listen to, my dad, so they've just been around for so long. But I was listening to Vernon Kay.
I do not appreciate how they treated Ken Bruce.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah,
Ken Bruce.
And Mayo, Simon Mayo, Vida Bomba when they go home. Yeah, I love it.
Radio 2's losses, greatest hits radio's gain though.
Yeah,
they all went over there and they've taken 3 million listeners with them. They are smashing it, that radio station.
But Vernon Kay's good on there. I think he's very good.
Vernon Kay from Bolton. Yes, he is very good. I like Vernon Kay.
And who's the other? Scott Mills. I think he does a good job. I listened to him the other day on there.
Not a fan of Scott Mills, if I'm honest.
No, you're not?
No. Okay. He's done better than me in broadcast, so what do I know? Just don't like him.
Sorry,
Chuds?
Scott Mills's DJ set at Radio 2 in the Park was very good. I enjoyed that.
I've heard he does a good DJ set. I tell you who I do like on Radio 2.
What was he good, Chuds?
Played good music.
Oh, just because it wasn't him.
What you expect?
Well, like his personality and
no, just good vibes.
Yeah.
Does he talk in between songs when he's DJing?
A little bit here and there.
Yeah,
just get the crowd going.
Tell you who is good on Radio 2. Rylan. Rylan Clark, I think, is one of the best presenters in this country.
Yeah.
I think he is brilliant.
Do you know, a lot of people hated him, didn't he, when he first came on the scene? But now
I'm not surprised. Do you remember he collapsed?
Your granddad, they love him, don't they? The old, he's got the woofties, the well off over 50s.
But also the young kid. He's one of those multi-generational hosts where you're like, oh, I like that person. There's very few people that can...
Like Anton Deck.
Like Anton Deck. Like a Vernon Kay, for example. He can be relevant to like the NFL market, and he can be relevant to the younger market.
Yeah. Who do you think the best presenter on British TV is and in the space right now?
Best presenter in general, I'd say, is James Sinclair.
No, shut up.
Non-traditional media.
Yeah.
My favourite specialist camera presenter, Michael Chudley. Best presenter on...
I've got him in my mind. It's a he.
Do you know who I love?
Yeah.
Joel Dommett.
I don't know who he is.
Who does The Masked Singer. I think he is a brilliant presenter.
I think Graham Norton is by far the best.
Yes.
And he's got better and better and better.
Yeah.
He's old now, isn't he, Graham Norton?
He's like in his late 50s, yeah.
No. I think he's in his 60s, I reckon.
No, Graham Norton's not 60. Hang on, I'm going to Google it. Graham Norton age. Here we go.
He was...
Oh, bloody hell, yeah, he's 62.
62.
Wow, we were.
He is. He's funnier than ever.
Yeah. Anyway, that's mainstream broadcast covered in a new section of the show.
You found Graham Norton?
Yes. I like him very much on the radio. I think he's brilliant.
Is he still doing that radio?
Yeah, he does. He doesn't do Radio 2 anymore. He does Virgin Radio. He was brilliant on Radio 2, though. He could have been, for me, if he'd have wanted to do it, he could have been another Terry Wogan. He's just so good at curating the conversation, and it feels like a cuddle. You feel like you're in safe hands the whole time, and he moves the pace, and he makes you feel like you're part of it, and he makes you feel like you're part of a inclusive gang.
Fantastic voice, isn't it? That's warm and
there we go.
There you go. Nothing to. Well, I suppose it loosely links.
Does it?
To our
close enough. Well, we better link it because Chuds will tell us off otherwise. Because we've been talking for 4 minutes. We've not talked about the 8 minutes. We've been talking about. Sorry, Chuds. No, it links because it was production. Chuds, we allowed it. Let me just double check if Chuds is going to allow us to lock in. Are you locking in the intro to the show?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. He's locked it in, guys. That's great news.
Tell us about our guest today.
Today's guest is Nicole Rickson. Well, that's a good surname, isn't it? Rickson.
Yeah.
Strong surname. And she is from Bridget Productions, bridgetproductions.co.uk. You can find out more information if you'd like to over there on the interwebs. They've been going 3 to 4 years. They're doing an estimated monthly revenue of 40 grand a month. Do you have team members? She said, yes, I have one. Biggest challenge, getting business in and getting the sales. Biggest challenge number 2, growing the business / scaling. And the third biggest challenge, changing the landscape of the industry in economic uncertainty. Easy for me to say. Where do you want to be in 1 year's time? She said she wants to have some retainer clients to get regular income and to employ some staff. What does the business look like when it's finished? She said, a well-known, respected industry leader. Do you make
What was the first challenge? Sorry, I got...
Biggest challenge was getting business in / sales. Second biggest challenge, growing the business / scaling. And the third biggest challenge is changing the landscape of the industry and the economic uncertainty. If you look on your calendar, babes, it's all there for you.
Yeah, I know, but
you like to write it down. Commit it to paper. James Sinclair likes to talk in the third person and commit stuff to paper. That's what I know.
Well, I'm looking forward to having this conversation with Nicole.
Do you want me to finish off the challenges?
Oh, is there another one? There's more than 3.
Well, not more the challenges. Sorry. Do you make the profit that you want to make? And if so, what is it? She said, no, it fluctuates at between 50 and 75 grand a year. How do you spend your day-to-day time?
So we've got here basically a profitable job.
We have. Which is verified by how she spends her time day to day in the business, on set doing the shooting, editing, producing, researching, making payments and doing the marketing. She is basically an operator of this thing.
Wears many hats.
She is a doer of the stuff. So we'll be talking to her very shortly. But before that, I think you'll find there is a knock at the door. It's time for this.
Interesting quote or fact. Interesting quote or fact. Interesting quote or fact. It's time for the interesting quote or fact.
of the week.
It's time for interesting quote or fact of the week, unless you're the second time listening this week, in which case it is a bi-weekly treat for you.
Good. I'm going fact. What are you going, baby?
I am going to go... I'm going to go quote.
Quote, go on then. You go first. I'll go quote.
This is from Mark Chapelhow, who is on...
How'd you say that?
Chapelhow on Instagram.
Didn't get that, did you?
How'd you say it?
Yeah.
Chapelhow.
Sorry.
Quote or fact of the week. So I've got a quote or fact of the week for you, mate. I don't know if you're going to want to use this one, but here you go. If you fart, it'll be forgotten in a day. But if you poo... It's so stupid.
Come on, just say it.
If you fart, it'll be forgotten in a day. But if you poo yourself, it'll be remembered forever. You've got to go big.
That is good.
You gotta go big. Mark, well done, Mark. It made me laugh out loud when I saw that come through.
Well, I've got, I discussed this with Chuds. I've got a media production-y loose fact.
Wow, I can't wait for this. What
Right.
an upsell.
Let's play. No.
Oh, it's a game, is it?
Yeah, let's play because I'm going to get your numbers down here.
Okay, fine.
What is the revenue of Walt Disney? Now, we've had this on the show before, so you should remember, JB.
The annual revenue of Walt Disney.
Yeah, everything. The Walt Disney Company.
I'm going to go 17 billion.
17. You don't remember anything. We've had this on the show before.
Was it 70 odd?
It's 57 billion.
57 billion, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
Okay.
Glad we bothered.
Next thing.
Playing again.
What is the annual revenue of Netflix?
I think it's a trick question. I'm going to go for 60 billion.
No, it's 39 billion.
Oh, this is a great game.
What is...
Oh, my good God, it's still going.
What is the annual revenue of YouTube?
Oh. 30 billion.
50 billion.
Is there a point to this game?
There is a point to this game. So...
Is it over now? Can I stop the jingle?
Yeah.
Thank God.
57 billion from the Walt Disney Company. What do you think that includes? Just give me, a
Boats,
starter for 10.
Boats, movies,
I think
theme
we'll call
parks.
them cruise ships.
Fine.
I don't think the Walt Disney Company... We're going on a boat this weekend.
Oh, come on. Let's go on the boat.
What they
Cruises.
do is... cruises, theme parks,
toys, movies.
Yeah. All included
Disney
in that
Channel.
57 billion.
Yeah.
That 39 billion for Netflix,
Yeah.
right? This is why it's an interesting fact or quote, is all media.
Yeah.
So we are assuming, we can't get the actual figures, that actually Netflix is now a bigger media company than Disney. Because in that 57 billion, there's lots of theme
Lots
parks.
of tourism and travel,
yeah. Hotels, etc., etc. YouTube, therefore, is the world's biggest media company now in terms of sending out videos and stuff. 50 billion. It's bigger than Netflix. And in the next couple of years, it is going to surpass Disney on that 57 billion of revenue just because of the YouTube growth. So that will be bigger than Disney, including all of their cruise ships, all of their toy sales, all of their everything. But here's the interesting thing.
Oh, we haven't got there yet, guys.
Here's the interesting thing.
Here it comes.
Name a big show that Disney have made. Just, what a film or a show that you can think of.
The Lion King.
The Lion King. Name a big show that Netflix have made.
Hostage. The recent one with Saran Jones. Brilliant program.
There's others. Stranger Things.
There is.
The Crown.
Oh, yeah, of course.
YouTube. What shows have they made?
Nothing.
Nada. What's nothing in Spanish?
Nada.
Nada, yeah. Nada. Zilch. I just find that absolutely fascinating.
$50 billion company.
We haven't made a piece of content.
No. YouTube's own YouTube channel about YouTube is rubbish.
Actually, yeah.
To a point. It's absolutely awful.
They did make that, didn't they?
They did make that, but that's it.
That's
they
an
shouldn't
interesting
bother.
fact of code. It's over. They made one piece of content.
Yeah, but it's rubbish.
No, they've made a few YouTube originals over the years. They've done some documentaries and films and stuff.
But with other creators.
Produced by them, though.
Yeah.
They made it.
Right, okay.
But they're bringing a firm like we're talking about today to make that. Yeah. They wouldn't be making that out. They'd bring a firm together, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
but your point, it is.
It's mind blowing.
Does it never? Do you never?
They've
think
never really made a Stranger Things. That's what I was trying to get to. They haven't made a Lion King. They haven't made the remake of Jungle Book or whatever it is.
Does that ever make you go, God, this is a lot of bloody work, this? I've got to sell ice creams, make trucks, blah, blah, blah. You could probably do a couple of million quid a year quite happily on YouTube and podcasts.
Yeah.
Buy some commercial property.
People watch us though, JB, don't they, because of all that stuff?
Yeah, that's true. But do you ever get to a point?
If we make a video, how much money does our ice cream factory make? We know that's going to do very well rather than me just spout here talking about entrepreneurship and business in the round.
But that's fine. But also, you never think like that. What you do is it's just a really hard way to make money. Do you ever think it's a hard way to make money?
I don't think YouTube's an easy way to make money.
No, I don't think it's easy.
Let's ask Chuds. I mean, Chuds knows more about it. Do you think YouTube is an easy way to make money, mate?
No.
There's a lot of brain power goes into it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very low barrier to entry for anyone.
That's correct, yeah.
But the rewards are reaped at the top of it, aren't they? At the other end of the spectrum.
So I was
there is 99% of people making content and 1% of people making money from it.
I think
like good
less,
money
isn't it?
Or whatever.
It's less than 1%, I would say. You got 100 people uploading a video to YouTube. I think it's a lot less than one person.
If you didn't work, question to you, Chuds, if you didn't work for Jimbo and enjoy what you do so much, would you
just look at a picture of me all day and miss me? I think so.
Doubt it. Would you? Thank you, lucky stars. Would you double down on your YouTube and content creation and make that your full-time gig?
Yeah, I just make videos and take photos all day. Yeah, very similar to what I do, but I'd pick the fun stuff.
You saying this is not the fun stuff, Chuds?
No, I know a lot of photographers and videographers that is their full-time thing and it's not fun.
Oh, okay,
so
fine.
I wouldn't just become a photographer and freelance.
No,
everyone
you would make content about the things you want to make content about.
I just carry on doing what I'm doing, yeah.
It's a funny thing, when you start earning money from something and making money from it, it's not as enjoyable.
Fun. No.
It's really weird, like when I was a magician, and then I can remember I just loved it, and then it starts doing really well. Got to do another gig. I still liked it. I didn't, I wasn't like, I'm not saying it's manual labor. It's not like running a marathon, it's like but like once you have to do something.
Yeah, I suppose when you do you find that, Chuds, or do you still enjoy it as much as you always did?
No, there's times of that, like where you're doing a brand deal or something and it's not 100% the most enjoyable thing to do, but it's a means to an end or something. That happens occasionally. I think it's unavoidable, isn't it? Football players will get it. Like it's the best job in the world, but there might be a certain game on a Saturday afternoon they just don't want to play. It's like it's going to happen, isn't it? At some point.
Yeah, that's a good.
For the most part, I want to make sure you're always enjoying it. What's the point if you're not? That's the whole. If you're doing the thing you enjoy, then that should be the priority to keep enjoying it.
Michael Chudley. Chuds.
I love how you do that little clap for Chuds.
It's awful from an audio perspective though, and Chuds will have to sort that out in the post-production, so I'm really sorry about that, but I'm also not sorry because I'll stand by it. I think Chuds is a wonderful human being. Right, shall we, have we done all the stuff we need to do?
Yeah, don't forget we've got to ask the first question.
We've got to play our new little jingle. Right, should we get Nicole on the show then?
Yes. Hey gang, we're going back to the pod in just a moment, but I wanted to tell you about Entrepreneurs University. This is a platform that I've created for entrepreneurs and business owners that are serious about growth. There's 100 video lessons from me on everything in business, raising finance, buying companies, property investment, and everything in between. Attached to each video is a downloadable PDF that goes into more detail about what we've learned in the video. It goes one step further than that because I've also put stuff that you won't get anywhere else onto Entrepreneurs University. The lessons go into way more detail, but not just that. You're going to get my business plans, my spreadsheets, and all the files that I use to drive the KPIs in my business. Just think about how powerful that could be for your business. And here's the good news. You can try Entrepreneurs University for free. 14-day free trial. After that, it will cost you just $49.99 a month. That's less than a pair of Nikes to grow the profitability in your business. There's a link in the video description, and I cannot wait to see you in Entrepreneurs University.
Nicole, welcome to the show.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We are very well, thank you. Right, tell us quickly about Bridget Productions. Give us the little origin story, and then we're going to ask you the first killer question.
Sure. So Bridget is a creative production company that handles end-to-end video production. It came from, I suppose, a little bit of frustration in the industry. So I'd been working in the industry for 10 years, mainly as a producer in advertising. And while I loved it, there were also things about it that I didn't love. Number one being the lack of diversity just across the board, particularly the lack of women behind the camera, but also fighting to get paid fairly, fighting to get paid on time. The unfair working hours are expected to pull in production. I'm also a live-in carer for my grandma, Bridget, which is where the name comes from. And I was just finding that I had to hide that side of my life because it wasn't, acceptable to have a life outside of production, particularly as a producer, you're expected to be always on. And I felt that wasn't, necessary, especially as digital content was growing and it was so new and different to traditional TV and film. I felt like we could lose those kind of more toxic practices and create a better way of working. So I started Bridget 3 years ago as a response to that. And we're the first UK-based production company to guarantee a minimum 50-50 gender split across every single job that we do. We really championed women behind the camera through things like bringing a paid trainee onto every single set. We've done that since the beginning. We also give a portion of our profits to fund female-led narrative film every year. And we do flexible working hours for parents and carers.
Wow, that's
Well, we got that.
Quite the summary. Wow. So you were and you still are a living carer for your nan as well?
Yes, I don't live with her anymore, but I lived with her for 6 years looking after her.
Yeah. So what was your experience prior to this? This was in production, sort of freelance production stuff? Are you in-house somewhere or...?
Yeah, a bit of both. So I've worked as a producer, both in-house for brands and then as a freelancer working for lots of different production companies and agencies. So I felt like I got to see a lot of different ways of working and kind of learn over the last 8 years or so before setting up Bridget.
Fantastic. Right. I know you have got some challenges and we're going to get onto that. Unfortunately, you're one of our first victims of a new jingle because people on YouTube get very annoyed of us on this podcast if we don't ask the question of how did you get your first lead? And because on this podcast, if we don't have jingles, we forget to do stuff. So we have created a jingle. So I'm afraid you'll have to tell us how you got your first customer. But before you do that, you'll have to be submitted to and put through this, I'm afraid.
How did you get your first customer? How'd you get the cash?
There you go. So how'd you get your first customer and how did you get the cash?
So I just relentlessly pursued people at events, just literally followed them around, telling them why they should work with me. And the first customer for Bridget came from me just really following someone at an event that I wanted to work with for quite like a known brand, and then persisting until they said yes, basically.
And how often do you sorry, go on, JP.
No, go on. You go, babe, after you.
How often do you do that sort of persisting stuff now?
Less than I should, for sure.
It's
You're
always
just
the
stuck
answer.
in the weeds of the jobs.
That is why we're doing this section, Nicole. This is why we're doing it. We've done it for the first time in probably 3 years with Tony, who was on the guest before you. And he said the same thing. I should be doing that stuff. I should be doing that stuff. It works. We always do it in the beginning because we need to get cash flow in, or we haven't even got our idea turning into a business. And then, you're on production, you're on shoots. I mean, look, we look at your 3 challenges. I think it neatly brings us on to challenge number 1. Tell us about it, JB.
Challenge number 1, getting business in or getting sales. What's the sort of the biggest challenge with that, Nicole?
Yeah, I think it's like I'm always super confident when I'm in the room. Like I know that I can sell the business and I know that we've got the proof of concept there. Like the work we're doing is great. And we've, got the clients that back that up. But it's just getting access to these bigger brands, bigger names that I find really hard if you don't have a connection in common. Finding them and, cold emailing and cold outreach doesn't usually work. So just getting in the room, I find.
So, Nicole, let me remind you what you did when we asked you how to get your first customer. You went and found the person and just pursued them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just got listen. Look, I any entrepreneur, business owner listening to this, 80% of your time, I'm afraid, is cash flow generation until you get to a position where that could take 10 years. And really, the real magic begins at year 15 when I've really studied companies where they become these things that just manifest more and more cash flow because they've got establishment around them. Where, look, most business owners are pushing for opportunities. We all want to get into a position where we pull rather than push. So brand helps you pull opportunities towards you. Establishment helps you. Having IP being a niche or unique thing. So Harrods would pull opportunities towards them. Big, massive celebrities. A Taylor Swift would pull opportunities towards them. But in the beginning, you study all these companies. They do many, many years, sometimes decades, of pushing for opportunities. We talk about Taylor Swift quite often on the show, don't we?
Every episode.
I'm a big fan of Tay-Tay, but really I didn't hear about her and know her completely for the first 10 years. I mean, she might have been around, but I mean, she is massively mainstream now. That's 2 decades of work. It is 2 decades where she is known, and really the last 2 years, I mean, she was big, but like,
icon status.
Icon status. It's really taken 20 years to really pull those things towards her. So I think business owners need to understand that for the first decade at least, you are the chief sales operator of the business. If you're going into business, you've just got to understand that you're a salesperson first and an operator second, unless you're going to, unless I don't even want to say that because I was about to say unless you can afford other people to do it for you, but no one can sell your business as good as you in the early days because the best salespeople want to go and work for a Google or a Mercedes or a BMW. So there you go, Nicole. Not great news, I don't think, for you from my assessment of how hard it is.
But what is great news is that your work absolutely speaks for itself, as do the brands that you work with, and your website is fantastic. So what could be a great idea, and maybe Jimbo will agree or disagree with this, is for you and your other sort of people within the team, I think you mentioned you got one other team member, is to sit down and go, right, who are the 50 dream clients that we would like to have? Because you've already got, Hendrix, Lego, Crocs, Pandora, Stylist, Tinder, Monkey Shoulder. You've got some of the most unbelievable brands already. Work out who they are and just hunt those people down, to your point earlier.
You sound
on
like
LinkedIn.
me, JB.
Do after. Go. What you need to do, Nicole, is find those people, and E plus M equals SM. Entrepreneurship plus management equals success. Go and hunt them on LinkedIn.
Because it's a much bigger elephant to eat when you know it's only 50 people.
Yes.
But here's a better question for you, Nicole. What's something that we always say on the podcast? How many more clients do you need to have the dream life?
I suppose it's maybe not the volume, it's more the reliability, because we work off of a project by project basis. There's never.
All right, so how many good projects a year do you need to make everything swim?
Not loads. Probably I'd say like between 8 to 10.
The answer is always 10, by the way. That's it's always what everyone says. Just 10 more dream projects, 10 more dream clients, everything will swim. All of a sudden, when you just say that in your head, you just need 8 to 10 good projects a year for everything to be amazing.
It's like a relief, isn't it?
Because I think part of our brain thinks subconsciously we need thousands. But when it's only 10, and then you do that thing where you write down the 50 people that you'd most like to work with, all of a sudden that does become a much more accountable thing to understand.
Less of like a big mountain.
Because your next thing, your next challenge was about scalability and stuff and growth.
Building and scaling,
But if your dream is just 10 more good projects a year, and I think to have an amazing lifestyle business, this is what I'm sort of yearning from you, because you don't want to work 24/7. You want to have some balance. Is that right?
Yeah, I think definitely. Like the last 3 years, I have given up my life essentially for the business, which is fine because that is just the nature of running.
That is what happens. Yeah. So if the pendulum is swinging to work-life balance, and to build a brilliant lifestyle business, which in many ways I wish I could have. It's just not how I'm wired. And I'm sort of jealous of some people that can just be, satisfied with, just having a nice lifestyle, a decent income, time off, holidays, relaxation. I mean, that's just not me. But if that is what you want, I think that's wholly achievable.
Yeah, I suppose maybe also it's the future that kind of is worrying because, I know you can never future-proof a business, but because we work on a project-by-project basis, we're very reliant on, where the economy is at and things, the ups and downs that can happen.
Well, my answer to that, though, is, the businesses that worry about that is because they're worried they haven't got enough leads coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to that pull, not push thing. And, just mentioning Taylor Swift here, just because everyone understands this, how many opportunities will she land in her inbox each day before she's even got out of bed for her first cup of tea? There'll be people wanting to work with her. She's created something that will generate so many leads and opportunities. What you need to do, and this is where content marketing, you're making sure you're on marketing podcasts, making sure you're making content, every single week that allows you to pull in leads so you haven't got to push all the time. That takes a couple of years to build up, maybe even 5 years to build up. But if you've got a machine that keeps on generating you leads, a couple of things happens. When you've got more leads coming in than you can service, you are never worried about discounting your price. That's one of the best things about having too many leads. You pick and choose who you want to work with, and you create a demand in you where people know they can't buy from you. So let's think about some brands that do this very well. Rolex have been one of the best in the world to do this. You cannot walk into a shop and just buy a Rolex. Therefore, creates huge demand. They've got more leads, more buyers than they create supply. And that's another thing. If I discounted my price on speaking, for example, and just spoke at every event going, I would probably weaken my brand a little bit. So, I charge quite a lot for speaking if I go and speak at a conference, and I want it to be that because I don't want to be everywhere. And I turn most people away and they just won't pay what I'm prepared to charge. So over a period of time, you become more and more exclusive and you get more leads and you start pulling rather than pushing. I don't know if I've sort of given you something there, if you understand what I mean.
No, yeah, definitely. I think I'm super guilty of just saying yes to every job because you never know.
I used to do that at the beginning. Yeah, and you will carry on doing that because you've got to cash flow and pay the bills. But the best thing, working out a new model, is understanding what that new model looks like going forward, and being aware that there is another opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, Taylor Swift, just to use the thing, she would have gone and spoke or sung at the opening of a packet of crisps in her early career, and she did. But look at her. She's always, what's that Super Time Bowl thing or the big thing?
Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, which is like the biggest thing in America.
Yeah.
They've asked her to do that for years and years and years and years, and she said no. I think she's going to do it now because her husband to be is playing
NFL player,
yeah. So, but what I'm trying to say there is, her saying no made them so desperate to have her even more. That's one. It's a funny thing, isn't it? People want to buy what they can't buy.
People want what they can't have.
Yeah,
it's just human nature, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
human nature. I think on the content point as well, Nicole, I would say, because your content looks amazing, but obviously that's the stuff that you're making for your clients. I think some behind the scenes or the rationale, almost like video case studies of what you've done. So obviously when you're on set and you're busy doing the thing, it's very difficult to do this. But could you get a couple of GoPros and attach them to you and your team? Or could you get one of those little Osmo selfie stick cameras and do some little bits to camera on it so that after, not only can you go, hey, we made this amazing video for Crocs, but why? What was the brief? How did you do it? How did you put it together?
How did it make their money? What was their ROI?
Exactly. What was the return on the investment? So I can see on your website, like the Crocs campaign with Grace, or the Icon of the Year awards, or whatever it may be. Like, how did you do that? How did you structure it? Because it's one thing to just go, look at this amazing work that we've done, but what was the rationale behind it and what was the ROI that it drove? That's then your case study. So when you link through to sort of doing cold outreach potentially to the ideal CMOs or whatever job role that they've got on LinkedIn, then you can bounce them to those little case studies.
And you know what? If this is my business, I would be doing presentations and talks. I would find out
100%.
Not to charge, just get on stage in front of 100 people. All of these, people go to these conferences and stuff. I would be at them. I would. This is what I did for Crocs, and this was the ROI. This is what I did for Diddler. This was the ROI. This is what we did here. This was the challenge. This was the solution to that challenge. I would be speaking as much stuff as I can. Still, speaking has opened up the most opportunities for people to want to work with us in our businesses, whether it's teddy bears. We sell loads. One of our businesses, Nicole, is we sell slime and arts and crafts and teddy bears. We've got someone today doing a presentation to 100 family entertainment centre owners about how they can do slime in their play centres, teddy bear making in their play centres and arts and crafts to increase their average order value with their customers. That'll be an hour's presentation, and then they will just buy from us. It's amazing. It really works because you're educating people on how they can grow their business, and you've got 100 people listening to you rather than try and do one-to-one stuff. So there are better ways of pursuing people by speaking at conferences.
Yeah, definitely need to do more of that. I'm trying to. It's hard when you're wearing all the hats, and your own marketing often gets put to the bottom of the pile.
Oh yeah, it's a busman's holiday. You're the electrician that has the light fitting not screwed in the wall. It's just at home. I mean, yeah.
I spoke to a good agency called Knowlton. They're two brothers from down in Kent, and they do sort of
very
like
good.
Really.
Dan, I've been on his podcast.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, they are fan. Do you know them, Nicole?
No, but I'm adding them to my list.
Yeah,
now.
do. Dan and what's his brother called?
Brother's great. Yeah,
there's hilarious. The pair of them.
Yeah.
Dan and Lloyd. Dan and Lloyd. Knowlton.
Where have they gone? I mean, they're not. I haven't seen their stuff for in a long time. Are they still putting stuff out?
They're still putting stuff out. Yeah, quite.
Do you know what? They're very, very, very good at LinkedIn, aren't they?
Yes, amazing at it, and that's where they get all their clients from.
Yeah, they get.
But sorry, the point of that was, I remember I interviewed Dan for an old podcast about 5-6 years ago, and I said to him, "Do you fall into the trap that a lot of agencies do, where your own marketing sort of comes down the pecking order?" He went, "No." He said, "Because from the get go, every week, Thursday half day from lunchtime onwards is blocked out to do Knowlton marketing agency content, and we do not move it the same way that we wouldn't move a client shoot. So like having that protected time to actually treat themselves like a client, and you could do the same thing because you said there, it's difficult when you're wearing.
Do you know what
hats.
that is, JB? Is delayed gratification.
Yes,
because that is agency hours that could be earning and churning and invoice work, but you might get £100 profit per hour doing work for others. But if you make your own content, it could be worth millions. Yeah, but you don't get it instantly.
No, that's it.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, I'll add that to my list. That has to be
good.
Priority.
You should reach out to them guys. They will definitely talk to you.
Oh, they're brilliant as well. Yeah. Really, really nice guys. They're both lovely people.
Sorry, because I don't want to forget this. Tip of my tongue. Business owners listening, if you're a farm shop owner, get to know other farm shop owners. If you're a video marketing company, get to know other video marketing companies. That, from the James Sinclair playbook, all of the businesses I've got, I know lots of my competitors, and I've become very good friends with them over the years. Very good friends with them. They might not be in my same geographical patch. They'll recommend you. They'll give you work. If they want to sell their business, they'll think of you first. If you want to sell your business, that's a good opportunity. And we've all got to build a business to sell, even if we have no intention of selling it, because that really does make us build a really good business. Let's go to the third challenge, JB.
So the third challenge was changing landscape of the industry and economic uncertainty, which I think then ties in nicely to one of the questions. So, because Nicole wants to know, how do we get retainer clients? So retainer clients folds into that changing landscape of the industry. Why do you want retainer clients, Nicole? I know it sounds like an
I'll tell you
question.
why Nicole wants retainer clients.
I'd like to hear it from her.
Well, I'm going to tell her.
Okay, fine.
And then she can tell me if I'm wrong. It's because she hasn't got enough leads coming in, so she wants the certainty of cash flow from retained clients.
Is that true, Nicole?
Yes, exactly that.
Fine.
But I guarantee you, if you had 100 leads coming in every single day and you can only do one of them, you wouldn't worry about retained clients. I mean, really, you want to be greedy and have retained clients and 100 leads coming in. But here's the thing. I believe that businesses at the moment, because of this economic uncertainty, are very reticent to put in contracts in place. One of our customers, they're a $1 billion+ revenue company. They've got rid of all of their in-house marketing company, and they will be a brand that everyone in this table and Unicole would know. I mean, it's stupid. They'll end up bringing it all back in-house. But some FD has gone, no, let's get rid of that. We don't need marketing. And we're doing design work for them right now because we care about them. They're a good customer of ours. They've got no designer in this $1 billion+ revenue company. But they are the stupid things that people make. But here's the thing about economic uncertainty. I just want to give you my 2 pence worth on this. The same amount of money exists in the world at any time. In economic uncertainty times, it just stays in people's pockets or bank accounts for longer, right? That's what we understand. Or it moves into a different asset class. Right now, gold's going through the roof because there's talk of interest rates going down as we record this podcast in America, and most people catch the cold of America, yeah? So it's just moving around. It's moving around. These economic uncertainty times last for about 18 and 24 months. I've been doing business now for 20 years, 23 years, and I've seen it come and go. It all comes back. Ultimately, we have to remember we are our own economy. Mm-hmm. The good news is you worrying about economic uncertainty, Nicole. I'm worried about economic uncertainty. But the great news is everyone else is. So the rare few that go out there and say, we're going to push on, we're going to employ, we're going to take on contracts, we're going to expand. Because everyone's got a contraction mindset. If you've got an expansion mindset, guess what? The expansion opportunities come to you. So yes, there is challenges at the moment, but you know what? I'm thinking about this. I think every year's been a challenge for the 20 years I've been in business. COVID was the only easy time when the government were printing unbelievable amounts of money and people were spending money that they just never had. I mean, that was weird. That's unusual. And we've caught the cold from that, and we've had inflation. Everyone talks about this war in Ukraine. I can't remember there hasn't been some form of international war-y thing for my whole time being in business, whether it's Russia, whether it's North Korea, whether it's Iraq, whether it's Afghanistan. There's always been something going on.
Yeah. I had a question. So
it's just called being in business, frankly.
In terms of so what you were saying about being almost exclusive. So one thing with us is our values are number one. We pay our freelancers always fair market rates. And sometimes in the industry, it can feel like a race to the bottom where people are so desperate to work in the creative industries that they're willing to, work for free, work for really poor rates. And we won't do that because of our values. We believe people should be paid fairly, but other companies will, and they'll pay staff, a pittance and take, big cut for profit. How do I compete with that? Essentially.
Well, you make sure that you're the exclusive brand, don't you? Luxury always wins in the end. Experience always wins in the end. Short-term brands don't last. Look, where's Woolworths? Not there. Where's Harvey Nichols and Harrods and Selfridges? Still there.
Yeah.
But what people are not prepared for the delayed gratification. But again, I would put it to you. You said you only need 10 projects or 20 projects a year. Why do you care? Yeah. It can take up too much of your mind space. If you are only looking for 20 really good clients or 30 really good clients, you can find them.
Mm. Yeah.
But the people want to do creative stuff. They want to do stuff where you're, struggling in, building a business, making it profitable. Remember, only 5% of businesses get to their 10-year anniversary. Those companies are probably that are paying people not properly. They're trying to work out how to get through themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always, look, I know firsthand how hard it is. I'd never judge anyone else of how they run their business. So you don't know what is going on behind the scenes. I think, sometimes it does feel like pushing a rock up a hill because we have those values that mean that we don't cut corners.
But listen, you will be rewarded for that in the end. Everyone always does get rewarded for that in the end. Buy cheap, buy twice. Like if you look after people, that it does work. The premium brands, the luxury brands, the experience brands are always the ones that benefit from the Lindy effect. You know, if they've been around for 30 years, they're going to be around for another 30 years. The cheap brands, they never last long. This is not sustainable to do that long term. They always end up finished. Think about it. Just look at retail. C&A, gone. BHS, gone. Woolworths, gone. You know, those the luxury brands, the smaller but with margin, with heart and soul, are the ones that live through and stand the test of time. I wrote a book about this. It's called The Experience Business. I will do you a special treat here, Nicole. You will be getting a copy of that for free from my team, which will just show you that, and I've studied this, it takes longer to build an experience-based business. Yeah, it takes longer to build, but once you've built it, it has that many more moats around it that the marketplace can't take it out.
I'd love to read that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, let's jump onto the questions because we covered one slightly on the retainer thing. So let's jump on to question number 2. Is there anything you would suggest that feels relevant to our business that we can offer as an additional service that would generate a regular income? I think you should try to disguise the same question as question 1 as question 2. But is there anything else in this space?
My view on this is you're not making a podcast where people need the regular content. You're doing one-off projects, aren't you?
Yeah.
I know why you want the retain. You know, this is what I would suggest to you is just build that business to be so, because look, there's 2 things. Number 1, you know, people don't buy fish and chips on direct debit regularly. They don't. And it's going to be very hard to get them to do that. What do people buy regularly? Their insurance, their rental, their Sky subscription, their Netflix subscription. And what everyone wants is this perfect cash flow business, but some don't. I mean, I want that as well, but some models or some sectors really don't have that, like childcare, like rental. So what you might have to do is just make sure that you get as many leads as possible, because if you've got as many leads as possible, you've effectively got a retained business model where you just got so much cash flow coming in because you've got more leads than you can handle. Then what you do is you make it really profitable, and then you invest some of your profits into stocks and shares, or for me would be commercial property that give you that predictable cash flow. So you invest half of your profits into those things to give you wealth around you, to give you certainty around you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing in looking long term is that, you know, I kind of feel like in this world we need multiple income streams really to be able to manage any ups and downs. So
yeah, and I have that. I have that. But I couldn't sell my teddy bears on direct debit. No one's going to say, yeah, I'll sign up to buy a teddy bear from you every single week. It's not going to happen. But they do for my childcare business.
Yeah.
But what I do is I put, you know, half of my profits into commercial property every year. And that gives me that sense of security.
Yeah.
You know, I love a warehouse, you know, I love a yard, and I rent them out. And that's my sense of security, rather than trying to put a round peg in a square hole in terms of getting direct debits sold on
teddy bears.
On teddy bears, yeah. And here's the thing: I don't know many marketing agents. If people, you know, will give you a retention, yeah, we'll pay you every month for videos. If things get tough in that company, they just cut it off. Mm-hmm. You've seen that, haven't you, JB? When you've had marketing companies,
yeah.
You know, just because
I still have it now.
Say, oh, we're going to pay you £3,000 every month for stuff, but things get tough, they just cut you off.
Yeah.
Because you're not an essential service. You're a nice to have. You're a need to have, but not essential. You're not the insurance policy. You're not the business rates. You're not the payroll.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, it's just, you know.
No, but it's good because normally you are talking about find a residual model, but sometimes there isn't. So you have to make so much money from it and from the leads. Like I say, you're only worried about residual or recurring because there's not enough leads coming through. If you knew you had, you know, like one booking per week for a project like the monkey shoulder one, for example, you couldn't do any more than one of those a week, if that. So it's the leads, isn't it? Not the residual cash.
And Nicole, can I just say another little thing here? Another little thing. The reason you want the residual income, the predictable cash flow, because it'd make you happier, wouldn't it?
Just to give me a bit more peace of mind.
Yeah. And that's why I would like it. But I've got a little quote that gets me through. I've been saying all the time. Happiness is just a little bit boring. There's a farmer that told me that. Because farmers have it really tough, Nico. Like God, do you think you've got a tough sector? These farmers just have so tough for what they do. And I was saying to him, why do you do it? He said, because happiness is just a little bit boring. So, obviously we don't want it to be like that, but that's what I say when I lie to myself when I'm talking, when I have a challenging time. I just think, oh, well, happiness is just a little bit boring.
Final question that you had, and I think this is a good one to end on. What is the best way for us to market the business, i.e. spending money on social media, engaging in a marketing company, asking publications to talk about us? What's the best use of our time and resource? Speaking at conferences is what I would do. Yeah. Nicole, you need to be such a good keynote presenter.
I will work on it. I did do a drama degree, so
there you go. I mean, like,
dig that out.
Sometimes people can speak in front of 15 people, just a small, and just walk out with just hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of work.
I think weirdly as well, I think very niche PR could work for this as well. Like Campaign Magazine. Like if you got if you submitted articles to Campaign Magazine, I'm looking at your website now, which is it's staggeringly beautiful. But the monkey shoulder experience, so as context for people who can't see it on the screen, maybe we could put it on the screen, Chuds. But the monkey shoulder experience that you guys did. So we produced, this is what it says on the website. We produced this exciting 360 campaign with Monkey Shoulder, shot across 3 days in 3 different locations with 3 unique photographers. We created a bank of over 50 stills, videos and GIF assets for Monkey Shoulder to release throughout the year. If you broke that down as a case study of why you did it, how you did it, where you did it, when you did it, and the outcome of doing it, if you turn that into a press release or a mini case study, I bet Campaign Magazine would feature that. And Campaign Magazine has been read by all of your ideal target market. It's very micro niche. It's never going to make you famous, but you don't need it to. It's read by all the right people. Plus, Campaign Magazine is about $2,500 a year, I think, to subscribe to. So it's only the bigger businesses that you're trying to get who even have access to that content anyway. And they do a twice annual event. So get on the stage and speak at that as well.
I was just there's something I was just going to say, and I've sort of lost my thread here. Oh yes, there's something that this is from the James Sinclair playbook of how I win business. I want you to remember this: free is better than discounting. Now, if I came across, I don't know, say you wanted to work for Harrods. Let's just use Harrods. You say to them, "Look, I've looked at your campaigns. I don't think they're very good." I'm not saying this is real. I'm just making this up, by the way. So you find the marketing manager for Harrods and say, look, I would really like to do a free campaign for you. If you like what we do, we'll make you a video. If you think it's really good, consider using us in the future. That tactic has worked for me like wonders over the years. I sent someone £5,000 worth of teddy bears to sell in their holiday parks. That contract is worth many millions of pounds worth a year to us. And I said, look, just take the teddy bears, take the stock and sell it and see if it works for you. You don't have to give me anything for it. The stock is completely yours. It is free. Just try and sell it. They sold it like gangbusters, and very quickly that was one of the best investments I've ever made. People are very happy to spend £5,000 on Google ads and Facebook ads and going to exhibitions and stuff like that. But if you identify someone that is your ideal customer, doing something for free for them could be the best return on investment you've ever got with a no strings attached approach.
Yeah.
But very rare.
Again, it's something that I used to do in the beginning, but
That's what we all do in the beginning, and then we forget. Do you know what? I'm annoyed with myself because I'm thinking, actually, I did do it. I mean, a lumpy mail is a good thing as well. I sent another holiday park chain a load of free stuff, and that they've signed up to us now. But getting out and seeing people, networking meetings is still how human beings make their biggest buying decisions.
Yeah, it's honestly how we get 99% of our work is through either me meeting somebody in real life or a word of mouth referral from one client to another. It's still super
Nicole,
powerful.
You need to remember you only need 20 clients, so don't get into the complication of you need to do Google ads and Facebook ads. the direct mail, the picking up the phone, the networking. That is the way you grow a business like this.
Yeah.
You'd be amazing. Lovely to have you on the show.
Any further questions that you had, Nicole? Or have you had a suitable top-up of entrepreneurial spirit?
Oh, it's been brilliant. Thank you. I think certain things you said have just really kind of clicked some kind of thing in my brain, like especially what you were saying about don't try and force something that isn't going to work, like the retainer issue. Why am I spending all my energy trying to create something that just isn't going to exist? I should put that energy into something else and just kind of accept.
Nicole, there's something that I want to say that this is one of my, over the last 2 years, because I'm always continually learning, number one is models. Most people are peddling an okay business model, and I've been saying them, Chuds, with my team, like we need to talk to entrepreneurs about tweaking their model. That's one thing. And then the other thing is convenience. Is it convenient for the business or convenient for the customer? What happens with business owners? Because it's tough. We want to try and make it more convenient for us as the business. But it's actually not convenient for customers just to sign up to a retention, $3,000 a month for videos, because that might not work with them. It is convenient for them to sign up to pay rent on a direct debit. It is convenient for them to sign up for childcare that they need every single day. But it's not convenient for them to sign up to buy teddy bears on direct debit. So you have to work out, is it convenient for us as a business or is it convenient for the customer? And you need to try and swing the pendulum in the middle so that both win. I think it's a big thing there. I'll just leave that with you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been so useful.
Absolute pleasure. So the best place for people to go and find more information and to look at this unbelievably good website is bridgetproductions.co.uk. Where else should they go if they want to find out more about you and the business, Nicole?
You can find us on Instagram at BridgetProds and also on TikTok at BridgetProd as well.
Amazing stuff. Thank you very much for being on the pod. We wish you well on your ongoing adventures.
Thanks so much.
Cheers, Nicole. Thanks for being on. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye
now. There you go. Nicole all the way from Bridget Productions, which is named after a nan.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, that's a nice thing.
But interesting, that conversation, JB. How many business owners just need to be reminded, if you only need 20 leads a year? I know we've had this so often on the podcast, but it's such a easier thing to manage then, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think good advice as well on don't try and fit a square peg in a round hole. If it doesn't need to be a retention model, don't try and make it a retention model.
No.
Just get enough leads in.
Well, it's because that's what we all want.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the unicorns and rainbows.
Yeah.
Life ain't unicorns.
My wife's the same. She's been talking, so I need a retainer model. I was like, you hate retained client. You like get in, get out. You make amazing websites, branding, lead magnets, whatever it may be. And then they come back to you. But you want the residual cash flow, but that's not how you operate or how they want to be operated with. So don't do it.
You want a retained model on a regular thing, like your rent on your house you're not getting an extra bedroom this month.
Yeah,
it is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your insurance is the thing.
Yeah.
Your car finance is the thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, is where every video is going to be different every month, isn't it? Every campaign is going to be very different every single month.
And to your point, if you do try and squeeze a model in where it doesn't work, then as you say, it will be the first thing that gets chopped when times get hard.
Yes.
That thing that is not essential. Like I say,
yes.
The CMO of Monkey Shoulder needs daycare to go to work that day. So they have to pay the nursery.
Yes.
They don't need to pay you for the videos because they could probably repurpose what you've already done, or they could put out a graphic instead. You're very right. Right. It's time for this. It's time for the 8 traits of the greats to put the show at James Sinclair, the oracle of UK entrepreneurship, rates our entrepreneurs out of a total score of 8. Hence the name, 8 traits of the greats. I haven't finished. I will let you know when I have. I'll finish now. Carry on.
Starting with the end in mind.
No, I don't think so.
Passionate about their cause.
Absolutely loves a bit of production.
Untold amounts of resilience.
I think if you're running a company, starting a company, looking after both your grandparents, yes, you are.
They master relationships with people.
Oh, yeah, I loved her. I thought she was lovely.
Commercial awareness.
No, I don't think so.
They innovate so they don't evaporate.
I think she's trying to, but not necessarily in the right way. So I think we have to give her a 0.
The master marketeers.
So this is a weird one. In terms of what they make for clients, unbelievable.
But I think what we're
looking at it for
we want
marketeer
you to
for
be
your business.
We want a direct response
Yes.
marketeer. We give a half.
Give it half.
Yeah. And they stay teachable and curious. I think
Yeah.
she's that. That's still a good score, JB.
Come on, what is it?
It's 4.5.
Oh, 4.5. Yeah, and
It's
a
time
half.
for the song.
It is time for the song. What do we do for halves?
Just sing the 4.
4. It's a... Hang on. We'll have to wait for it to get back in. It's a 4. A few tweaks, they get that much more because she's 4. A few tweaks, they get that much more. She's got a 4.
And a half.
She's got a 4.
And a half.
She's got a 4, 4, 4, 4. She's got a 4.
And
Shut!
a half.
Just looks fuming.
I just love that section.
Right. Time for the business quiz. Your guy.
It just makes me so happy. I think I'm happy about it because it's quite hard.
Yes.
Izzy Wizzy, let's get quizzy.
This is a good question. Chance, have you been involved in upscaling these questions? These have been. I'm just going to put my teaspoon here. I think we're going to have to, basically, the winner or the loser, if you're new to this podcast, why have we just done do you remember like the Little Britain thing, when they used to have the bloke on the small chair sing the theme tune, right? The theme tune.
Dennis Waterman.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, so whoever wins the answer to this section will either get the
cup of
the trophy of love.
Yep.
Or they'll get the giant wooden spoon. We used to have mini versions and we've upgraded. Okay, what percentage of people take action after watching a brand video on Instagram? Let me read that one more time for listeners. What percentage of people take action after watching a brand video on Instagram? Now, action can mean visiting the website, following the account, sharing the video, or making a purchase. So the action can mean visiting the website, following the account, sharing the video, or making a purchase. Michael Chudley, do you know the answer to this? Have you seen?
Of course he does.
I haven't. No.
Oh.
Hello. Well, did you?
Careful on my cup.
I think you've bent the cup.
Well, that's the strength I've got. Basically, people call me Thor.
Jesus, that PT's paying off, isn't it?
Okay, come on then. What percentage of people take action after watching a brand video on Instagram?
Oh, do you not know, Chuds?
No, I don't
it's
know
a
this.
three-way quiz. Go on.
What percentage of people take action?
So that could be visiting the website, following the account, sharing the video, or even making a purchase.
8%.
Oh, Chuds has gone in with an 8. He's gone high.
Michael
on
Chudley's
the river.
going on 8%. I think it's less than that. I'm going 5%.
No way. It'd be known I'd already written my answer. I've gone 4%. The general call to action rate online is 4%. I don't know if that's going to stand true with this brand video thingamajiggy, but that is the general answer is 4%.
I mean, I'm struggling here.
What's he got?
The answer is 74%. I don't believe that.
The thing
I'm not
that
having
is,
that.
the thing that's made this question
I'm not having that.
the way it is share or comment or something like that. Like that is basically means engagement.
Shall I
doesn't
read
it?
what's been come up here? So the answer is 74%. Half of Instagram users say they've purchased a product directly after seeing it in stories or reels.
74. Just added a 7.
Over 130 million Instagram users tap on shopping posts every month. 91% of people say they want to see more video content from brands.
And all that information has come via a survey created by a brand or Instagram. Read that final one out again. This just goes to show that you can get any
91%
answer.
of people say they want to see more video content from brands.
Can I see some more videos, brands? Oh, please. I love an advert.
This one here, over 130 million Instagram users tap on shopping posts every month. The source from that is from a guy called Mark Zuckerberg.
Exactly.
Well, I think I won that then from you.
Are you joking?
Well, Chuds is not playing along, is he?
Give him-
He's just a third person. Look at this. I
This
don't
is a
think.
lethal weapon.
I don't think it's. I think we're going to have to get some verification on that.
It's a hollow victory.
It's a hollow victory. Yeah, we don't. Bloody hell. Well, every time Marsh Farm or James Sinclair puts up something on YouTube, 74% of the people see it, giving us some money, following us or sharing. No, I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
However, I have bought stuff via Instagram Reels. I feel very sorry for people that put products up on Instagram and go, I'd like to buy that for my camper van or for my things at home. And then I just go and give Jeff Bezos the money. So they found me. I don't trust buying things through Instagram.
No.
I'd rather give Amazon the money, which I hate to say because I trust it's going to get there. I know the man that's going to put it, that delivers to our stuff every day. Do you see that?
Yeah, 100%. I don't even buy based on price. I buy based on convenience. If it's on Amazon Prime, I'm like that. Bonk, I'll have that.
You know that you're going to get it.
But having said that, look at what TikTok Shop is doing to retail. It's not very often I get to be the little spoon. Well, I am today.
Why you've got him sitting there like he's a puppet.
Hello. I'm James Sinclair's favourite spoon. His favourite what? Spoon. Okay, fine. Right, if you've enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to let other people know. Pass the pod. Don't pass it on to loads of people. Just one other person that you think would find it useful. We'd love for you to pass the pod. Anything you'd like to say, Spoonie? Yes, thank you very much for listening to this episode. Please join us again. Would you recommend?
I think we need to turn that into a puppet now. I know how to do it. It's a puppet. I think we've got to get some googly eyes on there and get it so that the mouth moves from the back.
It should be dressed up differently every episode.
Have you got any ideas of how we can make the spoon?
Spoonie. We're going to call him Spoonie.
Spoonie. That's a great idea. You've won Spoonie this week.
Go on, Spoonie.
And I've won Cuppy. Careful how you say it.
Anything you'd like to promote down that camera there?
Something that I was going to...
Well, get on with it then. Everyone's got things to do.
No, I don't. I wanted to tell a joke.
Go on then. Make it a good one.
That's the joke. If you'd like to come along to one of my business events to help grow your business, then all details of buying businesses, which is the next one, teach you how to buy companies to scale and grow your business further. All details are on my website, jamessinclair.net. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pass the pod, gang. If you know anyone that wants to get comedy and laughs and grow their business in the same podcast, then just share this podcast.
Don't come here.
Just share this podcast with one other person that really wants to grow their business. I'm James Sinclair. He's James Burr.
And I'm Spoonie.
This is officially the end. Goodbye. Thanks for watching today, gang. I hope you enjoyed the show. Now, look, we're looking for some great businesses to come on the podcast. If you've got challenges, but you're desperate to grow your business and you can't necessarily work out how to do it on your own, you'll be a perfect candidate to come here on the podcast. It's absolutely free to come on the show. Go to my website, jamessinclair.net, and there's a podcast button. Click on the podcast button, fill in the application form, and we'll do our very best to get you on the show and try and grow your business.